Yeah. Yeah, it does.
It might reach in with a finger, but you'll pull back his thumb. Remember when you would try to take food off your dad's plate? Like you could reach over with your hand, but you're fucking pulling back a stump.
You know who it reminds me of? Remember that girl from the one lady from Grandma's Boy? She's like, I gave hand job to Charlie.
Oh fuck yes, I fucking love that movie. That's a movie that if we do that 420 show, like with you and Belligerent, Grandma's Boy has to be one of those movies.
Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay. Where's B?
I don't know.
I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, what the fuck, B? Where are you? Where's my phone?
Get my robot doing
baseball
stuff. We ran into a roadkill one more time last week.
There you go.
How do you run
maybe he got all
roadkill?
mad because you didn't bring your headset to Montreal, so you weren't fishing.
You said you ran into roadkill.
Roku.
No, Roku.
Oh, rope. Yeah. We ran into
Yeah.
while we were World Roku. Yeah. I thought you said you ran into roadkill, which is kind of on par for you.
I almost did a couple days ago.
I do not know where I met him.
And it was like,
He is the funniest little dude. And I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where I met him. I just know that I was like high. No, I was high as fuck one night and like going to different worlds, and all of a sudden he was there and taking me to some other place that I was testing for him, some world.
So you're not the only one that
ski watch.
I love how she's like, I was high as fuck one night. Like it's not an every night.
As if it's different from any other night. Yes.
Oh my god.
You did math.
I only did math one time, and I really didn't know that I was doing math when I did it. No, it was just like, well, okay, so I have my theory. I've told you my theory is that if it's not gonna kill me, if like I'm pretty sure it's not gonna kill me and it looks like it might be fun, I'm gonna fucking try it.
And why didn't you jump on him?
Excuse me?
What?
Spider-Man outfit.
I don't have
It's not gonna kill you.
I was Spider-Man.
Looks like
sure.
fun.
Oh, why don't I? Okay.
Yeah, you could have
like,
rode the beer.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm pretty sure the people. I'm pretty sure the people at the bar would have had a big. Well, maybe they wouldn't have had a big fucking issue with it. They were fucking drunk off their ass. But I'm pretty sure the owner of the bar would have.
You did drive me from my hotel to the bar.
But then Simon drove her back.
You know what? Though he was really nice because before I got out of his car, he even slowed down. Before he just like opened the car door and said, "Okay, jump out. That's the bar. Jump out." I was like,
listen, we're probably not going to get. Yeah, I was like, we're probably not going to get any parking next to the bar, and you got shorter legs than I do, so it'll take me a really long time to walk to the bar if we're together. So I'll slow down to like 10, and you can just like fucking tuck and roll, and Rodney and Simon will catch you.
You can do it.
Oh my God. I don't even know. I walked into the bar, I see the two of them sitting there, and I like don't even say hi. I just walk in, I'm like, I've got legs! And then I turn around and I'm like, and a butt, look, I've got one in real life too! And then I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I don't even say hello. It's like...
You just went right from real life to the theater, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, not a lot changes. Not a lot changes. I mean, asking some fucking guy if his...
One of my favorite fucking parts of that night is she's holding an empty glass, and she's like, "Did she ever bring me my fucking tequila?" And the fucking glass is in her hand.
Well, I thought I had.
Rodney and Simon are like, "Oh fuck, maybe she shouldn't have anymore."
But does tequila make her clothes fall off?
Well, I was going to say that. Well, we're going to see some titties tonight.
It has been known to, but it did not make them fall off that night.
I mean, I'm sure if the guy, like, if you really wanted that guy to take your picture,
I ran up to
And he
him.
had
Oh my
asked.
goodness.
He
was
looked
so adorable. He looked like, but he looked not real.
Where's that guy
Like he was
from?
too pretty.
what guy's blue?
I don't like. I mean, he had beautiful hair. It was gorgeous. And this dude was just like running across the street, and I realized we didn't get a picture of us together. So I just went and grabbed some random dude, and I was
He looked like one
oh,
of the
look
bad
at you.
guys from the first Die Hard movie with the long fucking blonde ponytail.
Yeah, but he turned around and I'm like, oh, look at you. You're beautiful. Look at those cheekbones. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I promise I'm not like some weird old lady that's like talking to you on the street. I just want you to take
And you
our
can tell
picture."
by the fear in his eyes. He's like, no, you're not a weird old lady at all. What can I help you with? Kind
They're getting laid or dying. Yeah, one of the two.
I asked him
This
something
is-
because I was
And
petting
this
a
is
pigeon
where
when I was there
it all
last week.
started.
So there was a pigeon.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of
You-
little trash eagles
yeah, because
around,
when
and
they
I
got
was like-
legs,
I was
they took
like,
out the
oh,
seats,
look,
and
I
so
had a pastry, so I'm
this is
petting my
where,
little
this
pigeon.
is where they
pastry.
stand, you know.
And I'm petting him, and he's like doing his little head bob.
Yeah,
things
so
like
they
that.
just talk about
And
like
being able to listen to
movies
this little pigeon's
and
trot,
characters
he's like,
and
yeah,
all
I'm
that
trash
stuff,
eagle.
you know.
And I'm
Which
like,
is
oh,
kind
I
of very
would
good,
think
you know.
Cornelius.
So
And then Kim told me that Cornelius is not a good name for a
got the
pigeon.
cool logo behind you.
So-
And
Remember this music? Yeah, nice music in the stone.
Well, he was just like a city pigeon. He wasn't a
Yeah.
country pigeon. But
And of
But
course, they got a
if he
little bit of a
was,
VIP
though, and he was
section
from
up
Canada,
there.
Oh, that's what the
would've sent
two
it with
parts
me.
will sit up and you know what I'm talking about.
But so there was this guy walking down the street, and I was like, excuse me.
No, the other one.
If you
the
were a
Muppets.
pigeon
The two
and
old
you
guys.
were
yeah.
I named you Cornelius,
But they're always on the right side.
would that be okay with you? And he looked at me and he
I know
said,
it's funny.
I don't speak English.
Pretty
And
neat.
he had I knew he was speaking English.
Almost feels
He
like a
just
movie
like
theater.
said to me like in such
It kind of does. It kind of does. When I first came here, yeah.
It was the same feeling.
It had that same thought.
What's that?
Same thought.
See that red thing in there? What is that?
Oh, that's
Well,
the
it
Reminds
tiny
me of that
bird.
episode
Yeah.
of Family Guy
little
when
tiny
he's
bird,
in
yeah.
a truck full of like Mexicans,
Yeah, little
and
tiny
he
bird.
asks one
I
of the
didn't
guys
notice
a
that.
question,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, "I don't speak Spanish," and he goes, "But
Because
you
we're
spoke there." He
builders,
goes,
we
"Yeah, I
notice
know
little
Spanish to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish." He goes, "Wait,
Yeah.
what's going on?" And then the guy's like, "¿Qué?"
Oh wait, hold on. Wait,
It's like when he's speaking,
Reminds me
it's
of
like
ones in,
perfect English.
Sparrow's
It was so
little
fucking good.
world. Love birds.
check this one out.
Is that you want to eat mushrooms?
I don't want to eat mushrooms.
Yeah, I just like study
Yeah.
stuff. I don't.
That's kind of cool.
Like when I'm doing it, it's
Yeah.
because usually if I'm really high or really drunk, there's
is
like
pretty
always
cool.
this other than what's really going on around
See
me.
what
there's
else
this
little
other
hidden things
like,
there are.
reality in my brain that's making it way more interesting than what's actually
Up
going
there,
on.
that's
So
Carl.
everything
He
becomes a fucking
does.
adventure.
He's live streaming
And-
right now.
And sometimes the
cameraman up
adventures
there.
come out of
Yeah. Hence
and
the glasses.
they like take over my body, kind of like possess
Yeah, but
me.
this is the best,
And-
the very best.
And then I just do what I think is happening in my head. Like, part of me is thinking, oh, it would be really cool if this happened, but then it actually happens, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Anyhow, don't we
2
have to
minutes.
like go up there?
Running in different directions.
Like, shoot what they're doing.
Oh, I heard it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes coming
Right
up.
there.
But I
There's
promise
the
to shut
count.
the fuck up when I'm up there.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna shut the fuck up, there's no point in being on stage.
Well, no, I mean, I'll shut the fuck up when I'm supposed to shut the fuck up.
It's like, why the fuck do you have her on stage? She never says anything. I don't fucking know. She asked once and you let her do it. And she just
There's something about a bear, cocaine, and clowns.
Oh my gosh, I need to hit my inhaler
All right, King, don't fuck up the intro.
Damn right I will.
Boss.
So what's your name again? Colin?
What did he say?
My God.
I had. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
We're fancy.
Up there. I don't know.
Yeah, we are.
There's a little section right there. And it looks like it could be coming
Yes.
Yeah, there wasn't nobody in venues. Casey Mullen was in there with a couple people, but nope, you lost your drink. Here, take one.
No.
That's the one with the roofie anyway.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Yeah. Good to go.
Okay.
Live from the Unknown Theater, tonight we have Binge Nation with your host, Colin Aiken, with co-hosts Wind Magic and Dark Wolf.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Get rid of this one. But my chair stays here. I'm going to stay back here so I don't knock it into the attic this time.
Jenga.
I was just going to say that. What the fuck did you just do?
You bumped the table. Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of Binge Nation, our weekly show that we do here where we talk about movies and TV shows. And this is the first episode in October where we're talking about horror-themed or Halloween-themed movies. And this week we are doing Oculus and... Shit, what's the other one? Stir of Echoes.
Stir of Echoes.
Stir of Echoes. So let's talk about Oculus first, because that was my least favorite of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's my least favorite only because I've been watching Stir of Echoes at least once a year ever since it came out, and Oculus is my first time watching it. So
Okay. Right on.
yeah. So who here watched Oculus? Like Crow, I know you got rid of all your streaming shit, but were you able to watch it?
I got it. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, awesome. Excellent. Kim, did you watch them?
No.
What about you, Panther?
Nope.
Well, all right.
Carl did.
It was great having you. So Oculus, I will admit, was a bit of a panic pick because I had a list of like 30 movies that I really wanted to try and just like pick from, and I thought it would be a really easy to pick for this month. And about 3/4 of my list is either not available in Canada or in the US. So Oculus was a panic pick after I found out that Stir of Echoes was available. It's a movie with Katie Sackhoff, with Karen Gillan. I don't know how she pronounces her last name. Nebula for the MCU fans and Amy Pond for the super nerds, because I don't watch Doctor Who. And there's a couple other known actors in it, but I don't know them enough to know their names. One thing I did think was funny was I had just recently watched Lake Placid, and the guy who gets his head bitten off by the crocodile is the father of the main characters in this movie. So I thought that was kind of funny.
That's the guy from Dazed and Confused, man.
Well, I've never seen that movie. I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Lake Placid's one of our yearly Halloween
Yeah.
movies.
I had my son watch that for the first time this year. So he watched the entire series of Golden Girls, and now he's watching Betty White call people cocksuckers and saying that if she had a dick, this is where she would tell him to suck it. And he's just like fucking eyes wide open. Like, but she's such a sweet old lady, Dada.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's what I thought too until I saw this movie.
That's what people think when they meet me too, until they hear me speak.
So Oculus is about some type of haunted mirror. I kind of struggled with it because they do the time jumps, but they only tell you the one time that they've done the time jump, and then you've got to try and figure out when it's happening just based off of who's on the screen. And then as things get more and more fucked up,
they mix.
It's all mixed. So you're like, well, what the fuck? Like, am I looking at a time jump? Is this now? Like, what the fuck is going on? Yes, Win, you've put up your hand like a nice little student. What would you like?
Oh, call on me, Mr. Carter. Call on me, Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter.
Never mind.
Not showing your age at all.
Not at all. Thank you, Dark.
Welcome back,
for
Carter.
saving me with that one.
Never saw that.
You're too young, like I am.
Nope.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
I used to.
Well, okay, so I thought that I didn't understand where it was doing the time jump thing until she showed the picture when she was going through the history of the mirror at the beginning of her, I guess, documentary that she was trying to do, and she showed a picture of her father. And then I noticed every scene after that, when it time jumped, it kind of started with either them as children or with her father. So you knew that it had time jumped.
Right.
So that it was a little, maybe, I don't know. I found that easier, made it easier to follow than the first 20 minutes or so. Yeah. Then I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And then I got into it. But I don't like
I was trying to figure out what the mirror does to nails. Because, the dude ripped his fucking nail off with a staple puller outer.
Yeah, that was a harsh scene.
And I was like, what the fuck was that?
That scene really.
I think the mirror just makes people do crazy shit to themselves. Like he ripped his nails out, but didn't it it made that one girl buy a light bulb instead of an apple or something like that, right?
Well, it made her think that she did.
It made her think that it did.
Right.
Made her think
so he might not have actually realized that he was pulling out his fingernail. Maybe.
Although it's kind of hard to tell because you really couldn't see at the very end what maybe in the reality she was chewing on it and we just thought that.
I really don't know. Like I say,
there were some things that were a little. It was predictable, though. I thought
you knew as soon as you saw that thing up in the ceiling, somebody was going to get it.
Yeah.
Right. But I think they did do a good job of kind of building it up and letting you see little pieces of information as you go along, and. Questioning reality at the end, which is what was really going on.
So one thought that I had while I was watching this was, do fucking horror movies not exist in these universes where you're the one sitting there watching it like, don't fucking go over there, don't do this, stay the fuck out of there, because they never fucking do.
Oh no.
Like the scene where she's trying to get the movers to pack it up so she could put it in her car, right? And the mirror gets uncovered and she sees the 2 covered things in the back. Right. And then it's 3 and she looks back and it's only 2. And then she looks back in the mirror and it's 3 and she looks back and it's 3. I'm sorry, whether I know the mirror is haunted or not, I'm not fucking going over to that 3rd thing to be like, oh, let's see what this is. I'm getting the fuck out of that room. And especially in this case, she knew the fucking thing was haunted.
Yeah, and the whole premise of it, her, I guess, trying to study it or film it or whatever, getting herself alone after she knew what had happened already. Why even put herself back in that situation? Just
the one scene that I saw that I was like, wow. Was the one where they're having the argument in the room and then they leave the room and when they go back, the cameras are facing each other. And she goes back and looks at the recording from another camera and it was them doing it while they were arguing. But they had no idea they were doing it. That I thought was really cool.
That was cool. And apparently, I guess that's what was going on the whole time is they were out. Yeah. All the times where they were out doing things, it was like they never really left that room.
Yeah. No, I thought
Is that,
when they
is that
showed
what you,
that
what you
scene,
thought?
Yeah, that's what I had gathered
Like
from
I don't
it.
think that they ever really left the room. All the times
I
where they
don't
were
think
going
they
and
did.
running upstairs and going in the kitchen, going outside,
Yeah, I
and all
don't
this
know.
stuff.
Yeah.
They never left that room during the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
I've-
had. I had thought that also. That like they weren't actually leaving.
And then part of me, like when I, so when I saw the scene where they're playing back the video, right, and they show that, part of me is like, fuck, did they show them arguing? Did they show what they were doing when they were arguing? But I was too lazy to fucking rewind it, so I was like, fuck it. I was like, they just didn't show it. I'm not rewinding this shit.
It's kind of crazy though when they watched the video and then it was like showing them put the cameras together and all that kind of stuff. But
But the thing is, when she killed her fiance, she was in the hallway. So
we don't even know
she
if the fiance really died though.
well, yeah, because the kid got taken away at the end. The guy got taken.
No,
away.
because the sister died. That was the only death that the cop showed them was the sister.
Right.
The fiance wasn't. He probably never even came there. They were both in that room the whole time.
Okay, I must have spaced on that.
I don't know. I think I wasn't paying.
Because at
very
the end,
much attention
the
at that
cop
end,
showed the
I
other
did
guy
that.
the video of him killing his sister, and that was the only thing they showed. And they didn't show any other bodies.
Well, yeah, because I don't think there was any video footage of the fiance dying.
Right, but they never showed any other bodies.
I don't remember how many they pulled out. You're not going to trick me into watching it again, Dark. It's not fucking happening. It's not.
It's the
fucking
mirror.
So, as I'm watching this freaking movie, I've got this antique mirror that I bought. And it doesn't look exactly like the mirror, but it is quite similar to this fucking mirror. It is. I mean, this mirror, I can barely lift it. It's so heavy. It's got this like carved wood mahogany frame. And it weighs a ton.
We need a picture on the Discord.
I will post a picture on the Discord actually while we're on here so that you know I'm not full of shit. And I didn't realize this until now. All week, the week before my vacation, and while I was on vacation, before we left and went to Montreal, I was.
You thought your nails were falling off?
Scanning. I had to do like a bunch of scanning stuff for work. So I had this table in front of me and this one chair with a little round table next to it. And I'm watching the movie and I'm not even thinking about any of this and my mirror. And the little kid grabs a pillow and he's like holding a pillow. And I look down at the pillow that I'm sitting on my sofa holding. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? Okay, maybe not the same exact pillow, but way similar. And then
I like how she's like, I have a mirror. It might not be the same exact mirror, but it's close enough.
Okay,
and then I'm
so-
holding a pillow, and it might not be the same pillow, but it's close enough.
So I get up and I
She probably has the
immediately,
most experience about
I
not being able to distinguish reality.
So I pause my TV. I take a picture of the screen with this kid holding the pillow. I take a picture of my pillow, and then I'm taking a picture of the mirror. And I look, and so I'm like, okay, is this clear enough? And I put my glasses on. Okay, yeah, that's clear enough. And I look down, and at the bottom corner of the picture of the mirror is this little round table, and on it is the staple puller that I was using to pull all the fucking staples out of these papers that I had to scan. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is happening? I need Crow. Okay, a truck is going to deliver this shit to you, and you are to burn it. Okay, you need to burn things, Crow. You're my man.
I could do that. What she's not telling you is this never happened.
want me to-
She was just in her bed getting high the whole time.
Right.
No, I swear this happened. I swear this happened.
It's a staple puller outer. It's not a staple puller. It's a staple puller outer.
a staple
I did.
puller.
I did think it was an interesting premise that you don't see a lot, like a haunted object movie. I don't recall any.
Well,
other
there's like
movies.
there's the
was there
Annabelle,
was
the
there-
movie about the doll that the Warrens.
Oh, I've never
have.
seen Annabelle, but Annabelle seemed like from what I've seen, like it was like a Chucky thing or something. Is that more just like a haunted
Well,
object?
no, there was a movie about the house that had the actual doll at the Warrens.
Wasn't it
I
The
think
Conjuring or
Elizabeth
something?
Something like that. Yeah, it was actually good. I
Yeah,
liked it
I've
only
seen
because
haunted
I
house
knew
movies,
Elizabeth
but-
Warren. My first husband
Right.
was friends with her. They lived in Connecticut, so like I mean I've actually seen the fucking doll that's supposed to be haunted. It looks like a fucking doll to me. I don't know. I mean, actually, all the
when we,
stuff in there weird.
so
and
so
weird.
dark.
When we bought
Yeah.
our house, we had one of those creepy dolls in my attic. And I kept it for a long time, and my wife threw it away when I was gone.
Yeah. I mean, dolls are, you know what? Dolls are just fucking creepy looking anyway.
And it was like
just
it didn't have any eyes in it, you know. It was one of
Oh,
those.
Jesus. Oh.
So when Annabelle came out, my stepdaughter at the time apparently went to go see it, and it scared the piss out of her. And they made the mistake of telling me.
Oh, nice.
And I spent weeks begging my ex, please let me buy a replica and just put it in her bed, either while she's sleeping or while she's at school and she comes home and finds this in her room. Please let me do it. And she was like, if you do that, we won't be together anymore.
Oh, so that's how it happened.
So that's how it happened. So did she freak out?
It would have been a
when
much
she put
cooler
the-
story than how it really happened, to be honest with you.
So see, you should have fucking done it anyway. I bet you regret not doing it now.
But I was like, please, can I do it? Like at one point, I wasn't down on my knees, but I'm like, fuck, please let me do this. Cause that's the kind of fucked up I am. Like if I know something like that, I might not go to the ends of the earth to do it, but I might try and do some type of play on it. But she said that it would have been too far. So I was like, okay, and I never got to do it. But I know where she lives now.
And it's Halloween.
So
I
what did
just
you think
thought of
about the
that.
movie, Lynn? Did you like it?
Yeah, you know, I at first I didn't really like it, but then once I understood, like, if it was the past or the present, then I kind of.
Yeah.
I kinda
One thing I
like-
thought was
weren't
cool.
big into that kind of movie. They
How
scared the
long did
shit
it
out
take
of me.
you to realize that the eyes were mirrored?
Oh yeah, all the dead people's eyes. Yeah,
Yeah. How long did that take you?
The first time I saw it.
yeah. I saw them immediately.
See, it took me a while. At first I thought they just had white eyes.
Oh,
For
yeah.
me, it was the scene where, I think it was the sister was standing there, and the dead person who miscarried was walking towards them, and then the brother ran away, and they showed a close up of her face, and right away I'm like, holy fuck, they're mirrors. I thought they were just fucking white eyes, and then from then on I couldn't not see it.
Right.
I never noticed it.
No, it took me a fucking while.
I did feel like out of the two movies, that movie was probably the most. I guess for me, it was the most Halloween-y type.
Yeah, it creeped me
horror,
the fuck out.
Creepy movie.
Yep.
Yeah, the other one didn't really seem that creepy to me. It was just
No, it's more just like a ghost story, but I
Yeah.
always and I mean I'll elaborate on that, but it's one of those ones that from the first time I saw it, I loved it.
But this movie definitely had a couple of moments that made me squirm.
Like what?
I'm not very easily
Squeamish?
Squeamish, yeah. But I didn't like the nails that much, and the teeth. I think,
and I fucking picked 2 movies with nails that come off.
Yeah,
I was
that.
But in all fairness, I didn't know. Like I knew what happened in Star of Echoes. I didn't know what happened in Oculus. So in all fairness, I didn't do it on purpose.
Toenails.
The fucking the chain around the neck kind of got me when she fucking runs to the end of it and gets caught.
Yeah.
And then she's chewing on the
eating
fucking glass.
chewing that fucking glass.
Oh, fuck.
And then like pieces of flesh are dropping down on the floor. Which
I think it was her tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
So what did you guys watched it? What did you think? Did you enjoy it? Was it not for you?
Nah, didn't like it.
I thought the ending, I would have liked to seen, what happened, with the mirror. It just seemed like all of a sudden, like he was being
apparently
put
you have to
into a
watch
cop
all
car,
the sequels.
And there's more? Oh,
Apparently,
yeah.
I know there's at least a third one. I don't know if there's a 2, but there's a third.
I mean, yeah, I did like it.
What
but
the fuck did you just say?
You were not saying that
there's a
seriously,
third
were you?
one, but I don't think there's a 2.
I'm telling you look up Oculus, it comes up with like Oculus the third, but I can't find 2.
The second?
But
No,
if you
there
think
is
about
nothing.
it, if you really think about it, like at the very end of the movie, it's still not resolved whether or not the mirror is supernatural or if it's the guy's imagination. Because as far as all the video evidence was concerned and everything, he did it.
Right.
And there was no supernatural elements involved.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Well,
I
I
didn't
mean,
look at
I-
it from that point.
Because by the end of the
I
movie, it
thought
still could
that
all
at
be
the
in
end
I'm
of
his
the
head.
still not
movie-
rewatching it. Fuck.
Yeah. I thought that at the end of the movie, that was kind of like he had come out of the loony bin and gone through this whole experience, and it was the same experience that had put him in the loony bin. So I just figured he was loony. And none of, like he killed his sister.
Right. But it still
And
could be
possibly her
interpreted both
fiancé.
ways.
Well, I don't really believe in haunted objects, so I'm going with that he was fucked up in the head.
There you
And
go.
maybe could have used a little, I don't know what, lithium.
The
what
one with
Prozac.
the-
Because no one else experienced it except for the kid and he was the one that they arrested at the end.
So I stand corrected. There isn't a third. It's based off of a short horror film called Oculus Chapter 3, The Man with the Plan.
The man with the plan.
What it says,
What is he running for office? Fuck.
based on director, co-writer, and editor Mike Flanagan's earlier short film, Oculus 3, The Man with the Plan.
Well,
Well, I guess at least it
Did
wasn't
you
the
watch it?
porno.
no, I don't do ghosts or anything like that.
The whole movie was pointless. Why go pick the mirror up?
Because they made a promise.
Why? No, you had this horrible childhood. Why do it? The problem was the whole movie. It reminded me of a good Stephen King book made into a bad movie.
Jesus Christ.
There was no real good backstory. Nothing made sense. They're just like, okay, we had a horrible childhood, so I'm going to buy this mirror and relive the whole experience.
Well, she
Let's
wanted
all
to
do
prove
that.
that her dad wasn't.
Right.
Her mom
She
dad
wanted
was
to
dead.
She was
vindicate
trying
her
to
parents
prove,
is
she
what-
wanted to vindicate her
yeah.
parents and her brother.
Who gave a shit? He was already out of the doctors. He was out of the hospital. He got the clear.
Well, apparently in the U.S. you can sue for anything. So if they found out he had been wrongly imprisoned, he probably could have got money.
Now, when they had, there was 2 scenes I really liked. The one scene where they had
don't
all
see
the
it.
bodies from through time that the mirror.
Yeah, that
like,
they showed up in the room. Yeah.
I want to know more about that. Like that reminds me of a book where they would go through the history of this mirror.
Maybe
I
that's
highly
in the
doubt-
third one.
I highly
Yeah,
doubt
no.
a kid would get arrested for that anyway. I mean, it was very obvious that the father did all that, chained his mom up and all that, and
But
a
he
kid
shot
shooting
his
his dad.
father to death.
And
But
he shot
was in
his
a
father in
psychiatric
self-defense.
hospital.
I'm just
He was
saying
in a
that.
psychiatric thing though.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
I
in the
don't think he
flashback
was,
they were showing the kid in handcuffs. So that's
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he was
but
like for the
it's-
they might
criminally
have arrested him.
insane. Like,
I don't think he went to prison, but because of like what he did, it fucked him up so bad that they put him in his asylum.
Put him in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can buy that.
Shit.
Now, there's one scene in there I'd like to know how they did it as a cinematic thing was when she hugged her mom through the mirror right at the end.
Yeah.
How they did, I want to know how they did that whole scene. Was it like pure CGI? Did they do, obviously
they probably just had
trick or
Just
treat?
a frame, like an empty
Yeah.
frame.
But when like her
Yeah.
head goes through the mirror, like the mirror reflection, like that dirty mirror type of look, worked over her face after she goes through the mirror and the mom's
Yeah,
arms
but I
become
mean,
clear.
so to film it, they probably just had an empty, like a hole in the wall, and they put the frame around it, and then they did that effect with
I thought that
special
was
effects afterwards.
a beautiful effect. That whole scene right there. Well, the way they photographed it.
Maybe the
Shot
mirror
it.
is real.
Shot it.
And
Yeah,
that
they bought a
actually
real
happened.
haunted mirror.
Yeah, the way they photographed it. Yeah,
Photographed.
that's today's word of the day, photographer.
Thank you, everybody.
I thought it was going to be
Staple
staple puller
puller
outer,
outer.
but it's photographer. Yeah.
Well, I do know
don't try to
that
outbeat me.
what this movie did do was convince me that I really need to find
newer
a
shit.
large picture to replace the mirror
Put over
that
your
is
mirror?
currently hanging over my fireplace.
Go get that doll anyways and put little mirrors on its eyes and send it off.
So one line that I did like from the movie, and it was just like a little nothing line, but I guess I just like the way that she delivered it. Was in the warehouse, and she takes the cover off, and she's looking at the fracture, and she's like, "Does that hurt? Like, I hope that still hurts, or does that still hurt? I hope so."
I hope that still hurts you.
Yeah. And I was like, it's a little nothing line because she gets no response from it. But I don't know what it was about how she delivered it, but I was like, wow, I like that.
Just
got a response by the end of
it. Just before that, I didn't know where the movie was going to go. I thought she was like somehow evil or possessed by the mirror in some way because she got up close to it and she said, "I bet you're hungry." And I was like, oh, so maybe she's like feeding people to the mirror or something. I didn't know where it was going.
like Hellraiser, she feeds people the mirror to get her parents back. That'd be cool.
Hellraiser scares the fuck out of me.
I've never seen Hellraiser.
You.
Oh, such a good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Oh, I saw the original back
The first
in
one.
87.
And part two.
Because it came out the year I graduated high school. When you guys were all like, still
5.
breastfeeding.
5.
Okay, so still
5.
breastfeeding. So maybe still breastfeeding. I don't know what the fuck you do up there in
Don't
Canada.
breastfeed till 5. Ew, horrible.
No, once we stop the breastfeeding, they hook us up to that little spigot on the fucking maple trees.
Oh, do they?
I know they did in Canada.
That's where elves come from. I
the
forgot
first
where I was
Hellraiser was
going
really good,
with
though.
that. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I had the first time I saw it, I had such fucking nightmares about that because, well, shortly after, actually, I saw it when I was pregnant, and I didn't say so. It must not have been 87. I must have seen it like on VHS or something. But when it came out,
I know what that is. I'm old
I
enough
was-
to know what that is.
I
You know
was
that. Everybody watching
pregnant,
knows. I know that.
and I dreamed that I had a baby with little pins sticking out of
Oh, my God.
Do
you know the general story of it?
horror movies. I have these weird fucking
Don't
dreams.
tell me.
Okay.
Anyway,
Don't tell me.
I'm gonna just
No, I lost the
stop
chair
now.
again. I keep losing the chair.
Yeah.
So Oculus, I think I mean, do you have anything else to add for Oculus? Anybody?
I don't
At all?
think I have anything else to add. I enjoyed it. That was the first time I saw that one.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
I'm
It was the
actually
first
going
time.
to check out the short
Yeah.
and see
Actually,
if I
it's
can
the-
find it somewhere. Because
It was
I'm
the first time I
interested
saw
to see what the
both
short
of them.
is.
The short.
Which I'm surprised.
Well,
I usually
King said it was based on a short.
The Man with the
Oculus,
Plan.
The Man with the Plan.
the man with the plan.
Yeah. So I
I
think
think
I'm
that
going to
that's
see
probably
if
a
I can
different
find
Oculus.
the short somewhere. I'll post it on Discord.
And she'll smoke her short at the same time.
I will. Indeed, I will.
All right, Stir of Echoes. I watching it, I like as soon as I started the movie, I was like, it's not really Halloweeny. It's not a scary movie. It's more just like a ghost story. But again, like I said, it's just it's one of my favorites. I watch it all the time. Kevin Bacon, and I know where the girl is from, but I never remember her name. The ghost girl. Do you remember her name?
Yeah, I remember her.
Jennifer, I think.
I did not recognize her.
Jennifer Morrison.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's Jennifer
I'll look
Morrison.
her up in her house.
We'll go with that.
Faster.
Yeah, I know her
Yeah.
from House, and
We'll
she was
call her
also
Jennifer
in Once
Morrison.
Upon a Time.
Yeah, she was, but I don't know her name.
Yeah,
Jennifer Morrison. Yep.
yeah. So I liked the premise of it, and I've been to a hypnotist show before, and I don't necessarily believe it, but I've never fully dismissed it. So the idea of somebody fucking around in my head and making a suggestion like that they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then what it could potentially do to me, just like I refuse to fucking ever go. And like if I go to a hypnotist show, I'm never fucking getting on stage. Like I don't wholeheartedly believe it, but I'm not gonna tempt fate.
Yeah, I
If
feel
that
like it's
makes
kind
any
of a
sense.
mixed truth. Like I think that obviously there are some people that can be hypnotized and go on their suggestion, but they're only like a certain small percentage of the population. And so most of these shows that you see where they're just picking some random person is definitely staged.
Oh yeah. But I'm still not fucking taking a chance. So I mean, one of my favorite parts of the movie is the opening bit where you hear Jake talking, but you don't know who he's talking to, and if you don't know what the movie is already, and then when he says that line, "Does it hurt to be dead?" Like from fucking jump, my first time watching it, I was like, okay, I'm hooked. Let's see where this goes. You know, and the part after Jake gets taken. And then they've got him back at the house.
And I'm assuming like the Kevin Bacon character and his son, or I guess since his son has these kind of abilities, like he sees dead people, quote unquote. I'm assuming that he has that power as well genetically, but the hypnosis unlocked it.
Yeah,
the hypnosis kind of unlocked it.
Yeah,
the hypnosis unlocked that latent ability in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
One
thing I did look up because I was very curious. This movie actually came out a month after The Sixth Sense.
Yep.
So I was wondering if it was like, you know, when they released Armageddon and then not long after Deep Impact came out, you know, where it's like they sometimes release like in sets of 2 or 3 very similar movies. But The Sixth Sense, I think, was the actual brainchild of M. Night Shyamalan. But Stir of Echoes was actually based off of the novel A Stir of Echoes.
Gotcha.
So I don't think it was one of those cases where it was like 2 studios trying to put out a similar movie and see who would get, like, who would win type thing.
Right. Sometimes I guess that happens, like, because those scripts kind of float around, and then one place might say, "Well, we don't want to pay for the script, but we'll go ahead and make the movie."
Yeah, we'll make something similar. We'll change just enough so that it can't be considered plagiarism.
Right.
Well, I mean, also too, there's always trends in what's popular at the time in movie types, and there seems to be like, you know, a bunch of the same type of movie will come out all at once.
It does seem to me like there were a lot of movies in the late 90s that kind of had this similar premise, this ghost story type thriller premise.
Yeah.
There was one with Harrison.
It was
Ford or
after
something, too,
all
or
the
something
really
like that.
cheesy, like Barbarian and
Harrison
Sorcerer
Ford.
movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like there was he killed a girl or something, and there goes.
Oh, What Lies
something like
Beneath.
that.
What Lies
I
Beneath.
fucking
Yeah, that was a
love
good
that
movie.
movie.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah, that's another one I absolutely fucking love.
That was a really good movie.
I actually watched that like a month or two ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it showed up on Paramount Plus up here. I was like, "Fuck, I'm fucking watching you."
Who was the woman that played in that? Was that
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
That was actually filmed. Part of it, the bridge scene, was filmed where I camp. It's the Champlain Bridge, going over Lake Champlain. It's really close to my house. And
I thought you
when
meant the
they were-
Champlain Bridge in Montreal. I was like, no.
No, when they were filming that, though, I guess I wasn't living in Vermont at the time. I was
okay.
but I guess it was really like a huge deal, and I hadn't seen it until I moved back to Vermont, and a friend had told me about it, and I watched.
Is it true that you don't have cell service
Loved
on
it.
one end of the bridge?
Yeah, actually it is on the Vermont, because that bridge goes from Vermont to New York.
Okay.
And it goes, I actually just went over it when I came back from Montreal. Because I came back through the Adirondacks in Port Henry, so I could back over the
Don't
bridge.
you guys have like that Loch Ness monster in Champlain or something like that?
At Champ
Champ or something like
the
that?
Lake Champlain monster. Yeah. It's probably
You
a
ever heard
fucking
about that?
log. You've never heard of Champ?
No.
He's probably
It's like their
in the
version
same
of the Loch
line.
Ness monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
They see all kinds of crazy shit up north, like Champ and Mothman and all kinds of
Oh
stuff.
my gosh, we
Wonder
have,
why.
just a few miles from my
Who's your
house
dealer
at this
again?
diner where I go to. They actually have
Win is
the
his
white.
dealer.
Win is the dealer. It has to be.
Thunderbirds.
They actually have it's near this little diner where I go. They have a Whitehall Sasquatch hunter.
Sasquatch. That's what
Where,
I mean.
there's been all these Sasquatch sightings and shit. And I'm just like, dude, that's a guy after deer season. What are you fucking talking about? No shave November? I mean, what?
And Wynn's out there running.
She has
after
a.
them.
She has.
I know, I'm like,
the drink, the hot drink about Sasquatch.
See,
Come
I
here,
never
you're
watched
hairy. I can
Mothman
love you. It's cuddle season.
I never watched Mothman Prophecies, but I guess part of it was filmed in the town, like right next to mine.
Okay.
I
never seen
think
it
there was a
either.
bridge. I guess there was a bridge scene where a car was supposed to fall through the bridge, and they were actually wanting to cut a fucking hole in the Kittanning Bridge. And PennDOT was like, "No, you're not going to do it. I don't care if
Yeah,
you're going to fix it or not."
Supposedly there was this sighting of this creature they called the Mothman that in the weeks ahead of this big bridge collapse. Right? Am I right on that? And,
I have no
it's
idea.
supposed-
Very
it's supposed to be
much
like
dislike anything. I would not
that's why
have
it's
seen
supposed to
that
be the
movie. I
Mothman
did not
prophecy.
watch
It's supposed to be like a
the
true
Moth
story
movie.
based on
But
true
like, are
story,
there
quote
actual
unquote.
moths in the movie?
It's a creature that's supposed to look like a man and a moth. Like
So he's just like covered in
he's
dust.
like Batman, but he's a moth.
Well, it's southwestern
There is a
Pennsylvania. I mean,
big
it could have
difference
been
between
my
Batman and a
fucking uncle.
moth.
You know.
And he doesn't swing it on a rope.
believe
He
that.
flies. So there is that. He has glowing eyes.
Does he have antenna?
He has antenna. yeah.
Okay, so back to Stir of Echoes. Because
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck
Anyway,
are we doing?
sorry, that derailed
the
a little bit.
I've seen a derail before, and holy fuck!
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great.
What was your favorite scene?
God, I don't know. It was all pretty good. It was just weird to watch Kevin Bacon, like his descent into just madness. Like he was just
fuck,
so,
was
like,
Did he
haunted
do that
by-
fucking well, or what?
He did.
I thought his acting
Then
was
he's-
probably the highlight of the movie, especially near
Yeah.
the end when he's just getting really manic and going crazy
Yeah.
trying to dig that hole and shit.
I guess it's whenever he calls his wife calls, and she's like, I'm gonna come get you, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm done digging, I'm doing all that, and he's like, fuck, she's coming, and he tore the floorboards out, everything.
I like when he got the jackhammer. He was just fucking laughing like a maniac.
Like he doesn't go to his wife's grandmother's funeral, and then all of a sudden he's there just like.
I like when his wife goes into the backyard and he's digging. She's like, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm digging."
I'm digging.
Yeah. And then he goes walking stares at her like,
"What's the boy
my
doing?"
Favorite quote in the whole movie,
He's
though,
open.
my favorite line in the whole movie was when his wife was talking about somebody and she said he'd stick it in a bowl of soup if it was still warm.
"Oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious." Why don't you just lick them as they walk by?
I was like, I know him.
Yeah. Why don't you just lick him while he walks by? And then she looks at Maggie. She goes, "I swear to God, he'd stick it in a bowl of soup if it was still warm." I fucking love that line. My
I knew
favorite
the freaking
scene.
landlord was involved though. As soon as I saw
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. My favorite scene, and I get fucking chills up my spine every time I see it, is after Jake's been taken to the train station and they get him back. And then Kevin Bacon's trying to tell him, like, how do I talk to the girl? How do I do this? How do I do that? And
It's gone.
And his wife's telling him, no, and he's saying, "Shut the fuck up."
No, so they're trying to talk to Jake, and they're like, leave the boy alone, or don't talk to the boy. And then he looks up, he goes, "Talk to me."
Yeah,
Oh fuck! I like every time I just get chills right up my spine. I'm like, they did that so perfect. What was your favorite? Oh fuck! I keep hitting my head. What was your favorite scene, King?
When he was trying to talk to the girl again, when he was doing the whole TV bit.
Oh, he's like,
And then the camera was just short enough to be like, you're waiting for the jump scare or some shit like that, and nothing ever happened. And I thought that was. And then again, I think we talked about it last week. I remembered only one scene of the whole movie: him digging in the backyard.
Yeah.
And watching it again, I remembered why was because the whole bucket scene where he kicked the bucket through the window. Apparently, he was not supposed to do that. He kicked the bucket, it shattered the window, and they just kept recording, and he stayed in character and did his thing.
And when she opens the fridge and all that's in there is orange juice. Fuck
Yeah.
They also said that at the beginning when he was under hypnosis and they shoved the needle through his hand, it was they hired a stuntman to do that. Like,
really?
They actually put it through somebody's hand.
Oh fuck!
It wasn't a fake hand.
So, Wynn, that was your favorite line, but what was your favorite scene of the movie?
Probably the jackhammer scene.
Kevin
In my
Bacon's
notes.
topless.
Well, no, in my
No, he's not
I
hairy.
have actually my notes say "what the fuck" moment, and then it says when he doesn't go to his wife's grandmother's funeral.
Oh, I knew he wasn't going.
And he's losing his mind, jackhammering the fucking basement. So that's what my notes say.
I like the jackhammer scene too. That made me laugh out loud.
Yeah. Did you have another favorite scene though in the movie?
I did. Okay, and it was because I'm not good at remembering names. I don't remember characters being in different movies unless it's a character I really love.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'll see somebody in a movie and I'll recognize that I've seen them before, but I have no fucking clue where. So this was like a huge moment for me. And Kim was here and we were watching these together while I was scanning 1,000 papers. And we actually watched the second one too. We ended up watching the second one also. 'Cause she loves the movie. So she was like really entertained. I can't say it was my favorite of the two, but the woman smoking a cigarette when the fight broke out over the somebody said the word retard, And she said, "Oh my God, someone's always got to ruin it." Because he started punching and he's like, "Don't say that word." And she's like, "Oh my God, someone's always got to ruin it. Why can't they just play nice?" And then she like, I don't know, that was the hooker from Breaking Bad. The one that was like the informant. And she was also in Better
Was it
Call
really?
Saul.
Oh, that real nasty one.
Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wendy.
the nasty, the meth
Wendy.
hooker.
Wendy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
That
only
was the
reason
hooker.
why I remember that is because
That was it. I was
Yeah.
like, yay, oh my God, that was the hooker from Breaking Bad.
well, the only reason why I remember that is because
I was
Hank
so
brings
proud.
his nephew and he asks Wendy for a Wendy. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's funny going back and visiting old shows and seeing people that became famous later, you know,
Yeah.
and other things.
Oh yeah, she was so famous in Breaking Bad.
Recognize.
Hey, you know what? She was one of my favorite characters because she was just funny as fuck. I loved her. I was like, yeah, I'd party with her. Not the same way she partied, but, you know, and I wouldn't pay to party with her. I mean,
Just digging that hole, aren't you?
I just, will somebody else please just talk now.
Oh no, I want to see how deep he
You
goes.
just excuse me here.
Colin has checked out of the conversation. I'm just fucking listening now.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, but no, what you were talking about, like how well he was able to play that descent into fucking just utter insanity. I thought he did it so well. And it's like anytime I think of Kevin Bacon, I think of like Footloose and Tremors. You know, so it's like when I see him in something like this, which is a little more serious, and that, like I said, that gradual descent. You know, it's not a very, very long movie, but it's long enough that he's able to, like, you can see like all the different stages of mania and how far down he goes. I thought that was done really, really well.
It reminded me a little bit of The Shining, how the Jack Nicholson character kind of went.
It was
from
that
a fairly
same
normal
type of
person
death,
to like
it was that same
but-
type
but-
of spiral.
But he flipped out a different way. But I'm just saying that
Yeah.
he went from a normal person to kind of almost an insane person by the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking it was good to see
Because of
Kevin
Ghosts.
Bacon back in his heyday when he was like, I don't know about his new roles because I don't think he's good in any of his newer movies or anything that he's done recently.
The only thing I've seen him in recently was the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday movie.
That was he did the one X-Men movie, First Class or whatever. He played
Oh
the villain.
yeah, that's right.
And I was
where he
like-
played Schmidt. Yeah.
When did he become such a bad actor? Like, what happened? So I don't know if he gets if back in
Well,
the 90s, in the 80s, he was good, written well, or
So I can't really base it off of that because I find any X-Men movie after the second one was just fucking utterly pointless, and they just
I love
kept
them all. I don't
getting
care.
progressively worse.
you love Hugh Jackman.
Oh my
I
God.
thought he did
Who
fine.
doesn't? Okay, tell me that you wouldn't like to spend an evening with Hugh Jackman.
No,
I won't.
okay.
No? Really? Really?
Rebecca
He
Mann
seems
Halle
like
Berry,
a really
baby.
fun guy. And you know that motherfucker's got stories.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You know he's
He
got
would be
stories.
so fun to hang
I did like him in First Class though when he had the only curse line in the whole movie.
Yeah, fuck off. So I watch a lot of clips from the Graham Norton show. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
show based
familiar with it,
in the UK. Absolutely fucking hilarious. Because it's in the UK, they're allowed to drink during the show. They're allowed to swear. And just some of the stories that this guy is able to get out of people. And I remember Hugh Jackman was on set, or he was on the show, and he's talking about when they were filming X-Men or X2, and they were doing the flashback scene to when he's running naked. He's like, I'll do it naked, but it's got to be a closed set. It's got to be this and that. And then so he gets naked and he starts running around the corner, and apparently every female from the crew was there waving like fucking dollar bills and shit, like woo! And in a quick instance to try and cover himself up, he actually had the claws on his hands and he nicked his fucking leg.
Oh shit!
But oh fuck,
His leg.
I remember that
though, you
segment.
said his leg.
Yeah, his leg. Don't worry,
Oh,
he's
thank
intact for when
goodness.
you meet him.
Thank
When it's
goodness.
all good.
You know, he needs me. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
Hey, he's single now.
Is
Is
he
he?
really?
Yeah.
Off to Canada she goes.
He's kind of
There you go.
hairy.
He's
kinda
not in
furry.
Canada.
I
He's
thought he was
very,
Canadian, wasn't he?
he's very
Logan
furry.
is Canadian. He's from fucking
Oh, that's
Australia.
what confused me. Yeah,
He's very, very
he's
furry
played the
man.
character for so long now.
Yeah.
Very furry man.
I can't wait to see him in
very furry
Deadpool 3.
man.
I really cannot wait to see him in Deadpool 3.
He would
Oh,
keep
that's
me
gonna be
warm
good.
in winter.
If they ever resume filming.
Excuse me, I think I need to go. I'm thinking about you. Jack.
She needs to go find an Australian phone book.
Oh, are you kidding me? The device, I can't say its name, in my bedroom has an Australian accent, and it's a man's voice, and I tell it to say something nice to me before I go to sleep.
Nice.
I use my vibrator, and then I say something nice to me before I go to sleep. It says something nice to me. I roll over, I go to sleep. It's a wonderful life.
So you can tell us about the vibrator, but you can't tell us what this other machine is.
It'll set it off.
So I kind of don't want to finish the show anymore.
I'm sorry.
Say something nice to me.
But yeah, it was nice to see Kevin Bacon in his heyday. You know, being a good actor. Makes me want to go back and watch Tremors. I thought he was great.
Oh, I
you.
love
Love it.
Tremors.
Thank you,
Great
King.
in Tremors.
King, you are my favorite person in the world right now.
I'm here for you. I try. I really do.
Say something nice to me, King. In an
You're still
Australian
thinking about Hugh
accent.
Jackman? You need
How
this?
did I just do that? Oh, what the fuck is that?
Did you wet yourself?
No, am I floating though?
Oh no, my
shirt
disappeared.
Why am I way up above my thing? Why am
You're way up above your
I
thing.
really tried to bring it back for you, Spider, but
I derailed. I am so
Here's your
sorry.
chair.
Oh my
Oh, you
gosh.
got it?
That's it. Well, it's
trying to get it
been
over the
nice
line.
being on Binge Nation because I have a feeling y'all won't see me again.
I lost it. Here, let's try it that way.
I don't know. I'm going to be punished.
No. For what?
I think what you're asking is when will you be punished?
Please.
She's like, please, somebody just can like do something to carry the show forward, please.
That's gone now.
all
So,
good.
Crow, how did you what the fuck was that? Stir of
The
Echoes.
Australian
How
thing,
did you
telling you
How did
something.
you like
nice.
Stir of Echoes, Crow?
I liked it. I mean, it was really good. I don't know if I'll watch the rest of them because I usually don't watch anything that you guys aren't watching. But
I watched
I've
the
only
second
ever
one,
seen the first
and
one.
I actually the second one had Rob Lowe in it, and now I'm thinking about Rob Lowe. I think I've got issues. So I actually had seen that one first, I probably would have liked that one better than the first one.
Oh, really?
Star of Echoes 2.
Had I never seen the other one, and then I saw them I had to be biased and take notes and stuff for the show, but I preferred the second one.
All right.
I tried to watch it, but couldn't get through it. Had to do work instead.
I've only ever seen the first one.
So what y'all think about
Okay,
this
so-
the group of people that were had the site, I guess. I felt like that was kind of an unnecessary addition to me. Like
Yeah, it
guy-
seemed
the
more
cop
like
that
filler
went-
than anything.
Yeah, it's like it seemed a little dumb to me about
Well, they
Yeah.
needed-
It reminded me of
Yeah.
the. It
Yeah.
reminded me of The Shining.
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
man.
right. Exactly.
the
Seemed
old
like
man
it was
from The
ripping off The
Shining.
Shining.
Yeah.
They needed to progress.
They even had the bald black dude coming
what
and
he
talking
needs to
to him about
do and
Yeah.
pass this information along, but they could have did that in the cemetery. They didn't need to have her go on
Yeah,
her own.
Right.
Only they can come.
Yeah.
Right. And there was like this whole apartment full of people that had this site or whatever, and they all knew each other.
Close the fucking door.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that guy more often. Like, what was going on in there?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Right, so
homework
who's-
for
that's
next
on.
week. Oh, sorry. What?
The girl who was the hypnotist, what else is she in? So I was trying to figure it out.
Goodness. I remember she was big back
Are
then.
you gonna make?
I was
me
trying to
look
figure
through
out who
the
she
whole-
was.
Yeah.
She reminds me of Cassandra Peterson. But I know that wasn't her, but her face reminded me of Cassandra Peterson.
Everybody.
Yeah, 'cause
you know,
I
Yeah,
looked
now
her
everybody's
up
fucking
and-
quiet because we're looking through our nose holes at IMDb to figure out where the fuck she's from.
I'm not. I'm just trying not to talk anymore. Well,
But the
I
stuff
got
it
this
said that she was in,
cartridge. And it's
Like-
really strong.
Elena Douglas is her name.
looks like
Yeah, I
She
never
was in
really
To
watched
Die
any of that
For,
stuff.
The New Guy, Just One Kiss, Search for. Oh, that's all like recent shit. She's still
Oh, that's
acting,
where I
okay.
remember her from. Ghost World, way back in the day.
Mega Shark versus Colossus. Oh yeah, her fucking
Mega short.
her career took off, man.
Yeah. You've made it when you're in Mega Shark and Shark.
She was in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Okay, I'm done looking through my nose hole. Fuck this.
She was in
All right.
Goodfellas? The fuck
I wouldn't
she
know.
was in
I've never seen it.
Goodfellas? You never seen
You've
Goodfellas?
never seen Goodfellas?
No, I don't watch mob movies and stuff. I've never seen
You gotta watch
Scarface. I've never seen The
Goodfellas.
Godfather.
Oh my
I've
God,
never
that's
seen
so
Goodfellas.
good.
A-list
What?
stars across the board.
Never seen Casino.
No,
That
Goodfellas
was
is
a
a
good
must.
What?
Goodfellas is really
It's a
good.
must movie.
Yeah. Oh my.
Maybe after October. Maybe.
Al Pacino.
I'm saying maybe.
Not Al
Oh,
Pacino.
I have a mob movie month. That
Yeah,
would be
see?
fucking awesome.
Shoot me fucking now.
You are making
send me to
watch
sleep with the fishes,
scary
like it.
movies.
I see what you did there.
All right, homework. You're gonna laugh.
All right.
Laugh.
Hellraiser.
Dark Wolf is gonna.
Oh yeah,
the original.
part one.
The original and the remake. We'll do a comparison.
Oh my god, the remake's
Like
not that bad, really.
Did they do a reboot?
It's not that bad. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Hulu made one.
Who played
All I
who
know-
played Pinhead then?
All I know
wasn't-
is it's a woman. But apparently-
it's a trans woman.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Well, I mean, I guess you could say it's woman, right? I mean,
So all I know
it's
is that
2023.
yeah, all I know is that the pinhead is supposed to be female. And when I brought this up to a friend of mine, he's like, "Well, that's how it was in the original like book or whatever. It was never
Yeah.
a man. It was
Yeah,
it was a
in
woman."
the original book, he was supposed to be more androgynous.
Okay.
Hellraiser.
Well, let's save that for next week.
But
Hellraiser.
Bradley, the guy that originally played him was really good in it. I forget what his name is. Doug Bradley.
I've honestly never ever seen it, and that's part of the reason why I chose it.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, Hellraiser.
Have you seen it? You've seen it, right?
I saw the original one. Yeah.
But you didn't like it.
No, I dreamed that I had a baby with pins sticking out of its head.
So what do you think you'll dream
So
about
the
this
trick
time?
this time is just don't get pregnant between like now
I'm
and next
old.
Tuesday.
I'm old. If I get pregnant now, it would be
Then that mirror really is fucking good.
that mirror is fucking cursed.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Her son's going to send her
What
a
the
picture with
fuck?
a new piercing, a new spike piercing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Don't watch The Fly.
My favorite Hellraiser
one?
movie is actually
I
Hellraiser
love
2.
The
first
but I do
one.
like Hellraiser.
Remember
I've never
when that
seen The
woman
Fly.
had
I
the,
love The Fly.
Oh,
The
Black
original?
and White
where-
is really good.
There's the original black
with
and
Jeff
white one.
Goldblum.
That's not the
Yeah, with
original.
Jeff
Oh, okay.
Goldblum.
Those
the better
were-
one.
that
original one
I
was
love
Vincent
all
Price.
of the Fly
Yep.
movies.
Yeah,
I've
that's
I
never
love
seen it
both
too.
of them.
I've never seen
Oh,
it.
it was
Just one-
That would be a really good one to do.
Yeah.
The original
It has-
Fly and the Jeff Goldblum Fly. Yeah, that would be.
Oh,
cool.
but
That
I can't
would be
watch the
amazing.
arm break scene in that movie. It's
Yeah.
still, it just freaks me out.
Thanks for ruining the movie for me, fucker.
I didn't ruin shit. He breaks a dude's arm.
Well, I didn't know that before now, and I don't even think I ever want to watch the movie now.
Well, then ruin your life. It's just,
Well, on that note, thank you to our wonderful announcer, King, for Binge Nation.
And
So is there going to be a second movie besides Hellraiser? Or?
Yeah, for the original and the remake.
Reboot.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Original Hellraiser.
Same title,
and
but
remake.
two different movies.
as soon as I get off of here,
So,
I will post those pictures on Discord.
So the remake, I believe, is
Of the
available on-
robot telling you
on
something
Hulu.
nice.
Colin, I got a chair. You don't.
I don't care.
It is a very pleasant Australian accent,
Canadian.
and he will tell me stories if I want him to.
I'm too fucking scared to ask what it is.
Good vibrations from Australia. All night long.
He is broken.
You're gonna get your vibrator. I'm gonna go make a bowl of soup.
I'm gonna go wash
Thursday
my
night,
ears out.
comedy night in the
Yeah,
metaverse.
Thursday night.
Is there anything Wednesday night?
Tomorrow, Sketch Lab.
Tomorrow, Sketch
I don't know if they're
Lab.
doing the gorilla thing. I don't know how that
And
works, but I work
Friday
while it's
night,
happening. Improv.
improv, and Saturday night, Doobie Wants Comedy Jam.
Is he doing it this
And-
Saturday? He didn't do it last Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
this Saturday.
follow
or
us on Discord.
That's
And-
what
If
you
Simon was here, he could recite the link.
in a mirror.
Twitch.
And I gotta go now because I gotta go. Dark Wolf, do not talk anymore. Good night, everybody.
Thank you guys for watching. Have you guys a good week.
Oh shit.
Dark Wolf, you're not allowed talking.
Is she that anxious that she had to leave like that?
She's ready to go.